Alrighty, everybody. What's going on? How's everyone doing today? Hello, hello. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. It's Sunday. It's the first day of March. There's a lot going on today. How you doing? Hopefully all of you are having a good weekend. And hopefully all of you are ready for some great, very great, fun in regards to my streams. That's right. Today, we're actually going to be doing some new and fun stuff on stream. A lot of people have expressed the opinion that sadly, the last couple of months have not been so great in regards to gaming. Some people who come and hang out with me every single day just don't care what I play, and they have a good time no matter what's going on, right? And I agree with all of you. I think that we have a great time on stream every single day. But, in particular, this week, finally, we begin a ongoing stream of brand new releases on pretty much a weekly basis for the month of March and the months of April. It's been, admittedly, it's been pretty slow. There's been almost nothing. In fact, the only real major new release I've played so far in 2020 was Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. That's it. Everything else has been me doing retro stuff, throwback stuff, viewer's choice stuff, because there really hasn't been that much else going on. It is what it is. There's not much you can do about that. You can't make games come out. You know what I mean? Like, well, we've been having fun on streams. We've been doing what we can to have a good time, despite the fact that there really hasn't been a heck of a lot new stuff going on. I still feel that we've had a great time, and I want to say thanks to everyone for the past couple of months who's kind of hung in there and turned out for my streams and had fun regardless of what we were doing. Whether it was your cup of tea or not, maybe you don't like the retro stuff, but people still came out, they still supported, and it's still been a great time. All right, but starting, this week, today in particular, we are going to begin with new release content. Okay, 2 new releases I'm playing this week. I believe next week, I can't remember if it's next week or the week after. There's one, and then pretty much weekly, there's 1 to 2 new releases moving forward for the next couple of months. And obviously that's a great thing. So hopefully for those of you who have not been enjoying the streams, this will be a turn of events for you. However, for those of you who have been enjoying the streams, welcome and more of the same great stuff, only with new games now, which is a good thing, right? So, excellent. Today is March 1st. March 1st, everybody. And that means a few things, okay? It means, obviously, a feeling of renewal, refreshingness. We're actually going to be doing, so much fun stuff coming up this month. It's the spring, and what spring is going to spring. Spring will spring. Spring will spring. Spring has sprung and will spring. What the frick? Yeah, spring is coming. Spring is coming, my friends. Right around the corner. In fact, I think it's like 3 weeks away. And so the winter will soon be gone. That means it's time for renewal. It's time for refreshing stuff on the streams. Okay? As you can see at the top of your screens, ladies and gentlemen, because it is a new month, we have started something special. That's right, ladies and gents. It is time for a sub goal for March. This is great because I know we have not had a sub goal for a while. All right, it's been an entire month where there's been no subscription goal, and some people have expressed, some sadness about that. They like having something to work towards too. And people always want to know, what are my new goals? What's going on with this? What's going on with that? All right. So, subscription goal for the month of March. As you can see, we're trying to hit 675 subs. All right, we're currently at 615. So, is that a lot of subs? Yes. Is it unattainable? No. We've hit it before. We've actually hit that goal before. And hopefully we can hit it, because it's going to be the return of viewer's choice. You might be saying the return of viewer's choice. What do you mean by that? Well, in the past couple of months, it's all about viewer's choice with Donkey Kong 64. That playthrough was a viewer's choice playthrough, where we hit a sub goal a few months ago. Okay. And then you guys nominated and voted on games that we were going to do for viewer's choice, and that's how we got Donkey Kong 64. Now, admittedly, not my favorite game. Okay, totally a game that I really haven't liked that much at all. And a game that I really feel is very outdated. Bad controls. You know what I mean? Like, just not very good. Okay. So it is what it is, though, because I got to play the game, I got to experience it, and as you guys know, if you've been following along the playthrough, I actually went through the task, the arduous task of getting all of the bananas, all of the challenges done. I've done every mini game, everything in the game, right? Completed. Because I said, if I'm doing this, I'm doing it right. I want to experience all the content of the game, whether it be terrible or not. And so I did. Okay? Holy shit. So, that game's ending this coming Tuesday night. That's the conclusion of Donkey Kong 64. And being that we're concluding the viewer's choice playthrough, it only makes sense that we do another one. In addition, I just did 2 marathons, right? So, being that we just did 2 marathons, I felt, let's not do another one right away, right? You know, there's different kinds of marathons I could do. I could do an Indies marathon. I could do a Rageathon. But I was like, nah. I think what we'd rather do is do another viewer's choice playthrough. And it could be something to balance out all the upcoming new releases with. So that way it's not always just about constant new releases and nothing else. Okay? So, that's what we're doing, folks. Like I said, that's the goal for the month. So, we're at 615 subs. If we get 675, alright, I'll be doing a viewer's choice playthrough. You guys, same process as last time where you guys will nominate and vote on games. And it should be fun. I don't know what the hell you guys are gonna nominate and vote on this time. I guess we'll have to see. Okay? Now, the other thing is, I am going to do a tier 2 sub goal this month. Alright? And I will not tell you what it is yet. I know what it is. But I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. What I'm going to say is, we'll give incentive for people to sub. If we hit the tier 1 sub goal at 675 subs this month, alright, then we'll do a tier 2 sub goal. Okay? But I'm not going to talk about it now. I'm not going to jump the gun. I'd rather wait it out and see. I mean, right now, I don't even know if we can hit the tier 1 sub goal. It's a pretty lofty goal. 675 subs, that's 60 more subscriptions. Okay, that's a lot. So, let's see how it goes this month. Okay? Let's see how it goes this month. And go from there. We'll play it by ear. We'll see what happens this month. Okay? Someone in the stream chat just asked me, a quick opinion, is it worth it to buy a Nintendo Switch? Because they're looking to save up for a PS5 later this year. I would say it really depends on you and your taste in games. If you're talking third-party titles, no. You don't want to play the third-party ports that are on the Switch. Just being honest. If you want to play the first-party titles on there, they're outstanding. You know, any of the first-party Nintendo titles on the Switch are going to be great. You know, Super Mario Odyssey was my game of the year a couple years back. Breath of the Wild was an absolutely outstanding game. So, yeah, I would say if you're in it for the first parties, go for it. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to have a ton of fun. I mean, there's more first-party games coming out right around the bend with Animal Crossing and everything. You're going to have a great time. But if you're looking to just play, I want a console that does it all, that plays all the hot games, and you're not going to want to play the third-party ports on the Switch. They're always going to be underpowered. They're always going to be underfeatured. You're never going to get the full experience like you get on another version of the game. So, just throwing that out there, okay? There you go. There's your answer. Okay, so, folks, pretty cool stuff with the month of March, the feeling of renewal, because we got new games coming out here, and we've got a sub goal has returned, okay? So good stuff all around for the month of March so far. All right, now let's talk, because this week's schedule is very weird. We've got new releases, we've got completing playthroughs, we've got, different things going on for my normal schedule, okay? So today, ladies and gentlemen, today is the premiere of a new game. This game came out earlier this week, and I was in the midst of other playthroughs and I knew there was going to be marathons and stuff, so I kind of held off on starting up on it. But today we start the Megaman 0/ZX Legacy Collection. All right, what is this? It's a collection of, I believe it's 6 games from the Megaman 0/ZX series. This is a series of games that was primarily, I think it was almost always on handheld, right? I don't think any of these were on a main console. I think they were always on handheld, whether it was the Game Boy SP, the Game Boy Advance, the Nintendo DS. And what it is, it's supposed to be continuation of the Mega Man X series, like the spiritual successor to the Mega Man X series, okay? So, in Mega Man X, you played as Maverick Hunter X, who was a robot that was sent out to take out these Maverick robots, much like, like in the original Mega Man, that was really the plot. There's no Dr. Wily in the Mega Man X series. There's Sigma, which is a rogue AI that is corrupting all the other robots, and it's your job to take out the corrupted robots and save the world. So there were many different versions of Mega Man X. Near the end of the series, you were able to play as both X and Zero. Zero was another robot that teamed up with X to stop the Mavericks. Originally, I think he was a Maverick. And Zero uses sword abilities, these light sword abilities, okay? Now, you may recognize Zero because he's been in other things since then. I mean, in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, he was a very popular character in that game. So, you might recognize Zero from other stuff, okay? Apparently, this franchise focuses in on Zero himself. As the series progresses, he basically becomes the protagonist. And, much like the Mega Man games, he earns all kinds of power-ups and abilities and things as he defeats Robot Masters. But this is where the series kind of veers from the original Mega Man gameplay. Although there is still original Mega Man-style gameplay in it. So from what I'm to understand, it's more of like a Metroidvania-esque kind of a deal where it's much more open world. There's more optional stuff. The bosses get harder. And it's more action-based rather than jump and shoot like it was in a lot of Mega Man games. This game's a lot more focused on action, jumping and using a sword and using some special ability and stuff like that. Okay? So, it is the continuation of Mega Man X, but it's, from what I understand, you know how every time there's a new Mega Man series, they jump, there's like a time lapse and it jumps to a new timeline? I think that's what this is. You had the original Mega Man, then you had Mega Man X, then you have Mega Man Zero. I think they jumps again to the future or something crazy like that. So there you go. Now, this collection has 6 games. I know I played one of them. Which one did I play? I couldn't tell you. I have no recollection. But I know I played at least one of them on a handheld back in the day. Because it was funny, people were asking me the other day, oh, what handhelds did you own? And I was thinking about it. I was like, well, I know I had this Game Boy that flipped. It was like a folding Game Boy. I remember that it was like a little square thing, but it opened up and it had like a screen on top, and on the bottom. And I think people were saying, oh, that's the Game Boy SP. I was like, oh, I had that. I know I had that. And then I was like, well, wait a minute. I know I also had the full-size Game Boy Advance. I remember having the Game Boy Advance. But I don't remember which model I had. But then I remember later on, wasn't the original Nintendo DS, couldn't it play Game Boy Advance games? I think it could, right? Because I remember playing Game Boy Advance games and also other games on the same handheld. So maybe that was the original DS. Okay, I don't know. But I know I played a bunch of Game Boy Advance games on... They were backwards compatible. Oh, there you go. I played a lot of regular Nintendo DS games. Excuse me. I played a lot of regular Game Boy Advance games on my Nintendo DS. Because I remember, I think... And don't quote me on this, but I think there may have been some Dragon Quest. Jesus Christ. I think there were some Dragon Quest games that were only on the DS that I had never played, and then I ended up playing them on my original my original DS because they were Game Boy Advance, and I didn't have a Game Boy Advance at the time. So yeah, I think I know I've had at least one version of the older Game Boy. I think it was Game Boy SP. And then I know I had the original DS, and then I got the 3DS, okay? So, I know I played at least one of these Zero games. I remember enjoying it a lot. I was like, wow, this is fun. It's action-based, It was difficult, don't get me wrong, but looking around and exploring, I had a really good time with the game a long time ago. You're talking probably like 15 plus years ago. Who knows? This was way before the era of YouTube and all of that. I don't remember exactly when it was, but... So, I don't know. It might have been like the first one. It might have been Mega Man Zero. It very well might have been. Or it might have been Mega Man ZX. I don't remember. I don't remember which one it is that I played. So, So I don't know what game you guys want me to do of this collection. I would say a good starting point would probably either be Mega Man Zero or Mega Man Zero ZX, right? Because I think this has Mega Man Zero 1 through 4, and then it has ZX 1 and 2. So probably I would say let's either start off with Zero or ZX. I don't know which game is a better game. I guess it's good. You guys will help me here, guide me to what I want to play today to start off as the first playthrough of this. Okay. Now, will I play more of these games? Possibly. I mean, I own the collection. I own all. Why wouldn't I eventually play them all? But do I want to play them all back to back? Hell no. More than likely, what we're gonna do, we're gonna have one of these games now and play it for a bit, and then once that's done, we'll hold off. And then when we have more time later on, and we have some downtime, people are feeling some more Zero stuff, we'll play some more Mega Man Zero. Okay. So there you go. So we'll think about it. We'll talk about it on this stream. We'll determine what I'm going to start today, and we're going to start up one of the playthroughs today. Okay, so new game. Even though it is a collection, a remake, it's still new. It's something different for the streams. I'm happy that we got new stuff on the streams finally. Okay, very nice. So good stuff. Now later tonight, okay, later tonight, we're doing something you guys have asked for since last summer. Okay, last summer, as a reward for one of these sub goals, we did a Rageathon Marathon. You guys nominated and voted on games, and one of the games you nominated and voted on was Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. Why? I have no idea. I really have no idea. I played it for about, I want to say 90 minutes to 2 hours. I loved it. You guys were helping me basically to understand the game mechanics, and you were helping me to know what to do for quests and how to travel around. And so I was playing it with your help, and with your help, it was super fun. Okay? And you guys are like, man, you got this game. That was really cool. This would be a really cool chill stream. I hope that Phil one day does it as a chill stream. And I told everyone, yeah, you know what? I will one day. We'll do it as a chill stream. It'll be fun. But let's wait until it makes sense. So then we had the hardcore gaming season. Then we had more stuff this year. And next thing you know, here we are. It's March. All right? But new month, new stuff. So we're going to be doing Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind tonight on the late stream. It's the very first ever late night chill stream of Morrowind. So, I'll leave it open the option. We can either start from scratch, where I completely start over, and I make a new character, and then we just do, the intro stuff. But, quite frankly, we already did that last summer, so I don't know how entertaining that would be for you guys. If you really want me to start fresh, we could start fresh. That's your call. I mean, like I said, I think it was I want to say it was August or September of last year, so you're talking 6 months ago, so I understand if people want to start fresh, okay? If not, we can just continue. All right, but I definitely want you guys to help me. I don't know. Again, I don't know anything about Morrowind. When we played this in the summer, for those couple of hours, I had a blast because you guys were helping me out to understand what I was doing, and I thought it was really good. So if we could do that again, I mean, outstanding. Okay, but let's see how that goes. Let's see how that goes. Fair enough. Okay, so let's play that tonight. That'll be great. 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. 2 hours of throwback Morrowind fun. Okay? Tomorrow, we're either going to do more Mega Man. It depends on how much you guys like it today. If you guys really like the Mega Man Zero stuff I do today and you want more, then we'll do more tomorrow. We'll continue. We'll do 2 straight days of it. But if after playing it today, you're like, okay, that's good, but let's not do it twice and make it stale, then we can go back to Mass Effect 2 for a stream tomorrow. Okay? You guys have really been digging the Mass Effect 2. I know. The people have really enjoyed it. I've been really enjoying it, and quite frankly, being that I only play it 1 to 2 times a week, I would love to play it again tomorrow. So, I kind of leave that option open. We'll see what we do tomorrow as the main stream, depending on how this stream goes, okay? And then, tomorrow night, Monday night, my weekly Minecraft chill stream, where we're going to build and chill, as they say. We're going to continue working on the mob grinder, which is the long-term project we've been working on now for several weeks. We made insanely good progress last week with this. We made 2 giant elevator shafts. And I guess this week we're going to continue on with more. Also, the top contributor of last week, PW Does, has requested that we make a Yoshi egg. Now, I know that's going to probably take a while because it's a sculpture of a big egg. And Papa Vera was working on that and has some ideas on how to do it. It looks like we can't make it green, but we can make it blue or red. It would be easier. Or even yellow. So we're going to probably end up doing that. and working on that. Were we doing a ton of work on that this week? I don't know. But we maybe start the initial stages of it, okay? We'll see how it goes on Monday night. Okay. Then on Tuesday, I am here. Yes, I am here this Tuesday, streaming. Brand new release, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, a brand new fighting game. The game design is interesting to say the least. It kind of looks like a fantasy RPG anime, okay? It's got an interesting assortment of characters, all in the medieval style. It all looks like medieval combat, you know, with suits of armor and weapons like swords and spears and stuff. It looks really cool. This is a 2D fighting game, by the way. And this game is interesting because, number one, it plays more like old school fighters. It's more of a footsie-based, ground-based fighting game. It's not about super jumping, flying, double jump combo, 400 hits, 500% damage, insane one hit means the end of the round game. It's not a big, flashy, crazy game like that. It's not meant to be. It's meant to be more an old school style fighter. That's a good thing. I don't like those ginormous, insanely flashy games that have become the norm in the last decade. I more prefer a more old school, straight up fighter. So that's really what they're going for with this game. Okay, that's number one. Number two, this game has a really cool aspect to it where you can play it as a competitive fighter if that's what you want. But the game also has a story mode that plays like an RPG. You'll play as all the characters of the game and level them up with experience points to gain new moves, better versions of their moves, things like that, with a robust story, supposedly, which seems neat to me. I don't think I've ever played a fighting game that had like an RPG story to it. I would say, all right, let me take that back. I think if I remember correctly, Soul Calibur had that at one point, a long time ago, and maybe Tekken even at one point had something similar to that. But this seems pretty unique for a modern fighting game, okay? So, we're going to be checking this out as a premiere stream on Tuesday. We're going to see how it goes. You know, it's going to determine, gee, do I like it so much that I want to keep doing it as a full playthrough of the story? And that'll be one whole playthrough I'll do. Do I like the combat enough that I want to actually explore it further as a competitive fighting game? I don't know. We're going to find out, okay, once we play it. So, let's see. Let's see what happens. With this new game on Tuesday. I'm excited to see what the hell it turns out to be. Okay, fair enough? All right, good stuff. So, yes, that's going to be on Tuesday. Tuesday night, it's the conclusion of Donkey Kong 64. Finally, we're going to wrap it up, guys. Finally. It's about goddamn time. But we're in the final segment now. And people are saying, as long as things don't go horrendously for me, I could probably beat it in about an hour. I am going to look for the final two fairies. Once you do that, you can get the final banana in the game. And then we can go and fight the boss, and that's the end of it, okay? So hopefully, we do wrap this up on Tuesday night. I don't see why we wouldn't, being that we're doing a full night stream of it. But yes, it should be the big conclusion of Donkey Kong 64 this Tuesday night, okay? Wednesday, we continue on, and I'm thinking we should do more Grand Blue Fantasy Versus on Wednesday, unless we play it on Tuesday and we really just don't like it for some reason, which I hope is not the case. You know, being that it's a hyped fighting game release, I hope it's not the case. I play it and I hate it or something like that. I hope not. I hope that I like it and I want to play more of it, okay? So, more Grand Blue on Wednesday, and then Wednesday night, it's the conclusion of Pokemon Sword. Because we're finally going to wrap it up. We only have 8 Pokemon to go. Only 8 Pokemon. And then we've completed the Pokedex. Okay? Awesome. Finally wrapping stuff up. Alright? So it's been a long road since November when the game came out. We've played the living shit out of it. The Pokedex will be complete. And then we're going to give the game a break. And we'll come back to it in June when the DLC releases. That's when we'll return to it to check out more, whatever new content is available. Okay? Sound good? Alright, so that's going to be Wednesday. Thursday I'm off. Finally, I get my day off of the week, which I need, scheduling and everything. This is how it worked out this week. Friday, I'll be back. Now, Friday, we could do whatever. On Friday, we could do more Mass Effect 2. On Friday, we could do more Mega Man, or we could do more Grand Blue. I guess we're going to play it by ear and see how it goes again. Let's see how things go, and by the end of this week, like Wednesday-ish, I'll have an idea of what I want to do on Friday, okay? So one of those 3 games will be Friday. Friday night will be my weekly Throwback Street Fighter stream. All right, 2 hours of retro fun Friday night. Saturday, again, it'll be one of the 3 major games. Saturday night, we're going to do more Morrowind, okay? And so what we'll then do is we'll try to figure out the rest of the week, because it looks more than likely what's going to end up happening is that Tuesday of that next week will be my day off. So I know that's like Thursday, then you're only here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, then you're off again on Tuesday. Yeah, I know. It's an annoying week, but it is what it is. Had to change the schedule for this week for various reasons. So more than likely we'll have 4 days of streaming. So we'll play each one of the new stuff, once, and then maybe one of them twice, and then some chill streams at night. Okay? Fair enough? All right, so I hope that makes sense. I hope that sounds good to you. Now, also coming out this month, all right, I believe it's the 13th. Don't quote me on that. It might be the 15th, but I think it's the 13th of March. We've got Neo 2. That's another high-profile new release I'll definitely be playing. So hoping I make progress in all my other playthroughs by then so that we have time for it. Then, in a week after that, we have 2 new releases. Doom Eternal, as well as Animal Crossing. Okay? Looking forward to both of those. So, that's going to be fun, because I'll probably be playing both games as maybe main streams once or twice, but then Animal Crossing is definitely going to become a late-night chill stream. Okay? So, hoping for, since I'm starting up the new stuff this week, hoping for that, the fact that I have about a week to 2 weeks to focus on it. Maybe I can finish up one of the games that I'm playing. I don't know if it'll be, Mass Effect or whatever. But hopefully I can wrap up one of these games to make room for Neo. And hopefully by the time that Doom Eternal comes out, we finished up another one of the playthroughs so that we can replace it with Doom Eternal. Okay, that's kind of what I'm hoping for. I don't want it to be that we get to the 20th and I'm playing 7 games and I'm juggling, 7 games as the main stream. Would not be a good idea. Okay? Okay? All right. Good stuff. Hopefully you guys are liking the schedule. Okay? All right. Let's move on, guys. It's been a very long early segment of the pre-stream. I know I had a lot to talk about, so thank you for being patient. Let's move on to the gratuitous plugs. Okay, guys? So, thank you for 11 awesome years that you've allowed me to be a content creator and share my gameplay experiences with all of you on a daily basis. I absolutely love it. I recognize that I am one of the very, very lucky people who is able to do what he loves for a living. Okay? I love the fact that, every day we hang out here on stream, we talk about games, we have fun. It's amazing. My hobby and my passion for games became my job, and I'm so lucky because most people don't get to say that, right? How many people get to say I do what I love for a living? Almost none. So I get that, and I thank you for that every day, guys, because I'm so grateful that this is what I get to do. That being said, the road certainly hasn't been a smooth one. It's been a very bumpy ride, and certainly not without challenges and not without trouble. As you know, I'm a full-time live streamer now. I have been for the past 3 years, and that means that primarily I focus on your crowdfunding efforts to keep me going. All right? Used to be, I just make YouTube videos, views roll in, ad revenue, right? And that's that. It's not like that anymore. Things have changed dramatically, okay? So please consider contributing during today's streams if you like the fact that I'm here 6 days a week. If you like the fact that I upload all of my archived streams over on DSPGaming on YouTube, despite the fact that I get pretty much almost nothing out of it because the ad revenue is so low. All right? If you like all that, you want to see it continue, you want to be supportive, please contribute in one of the methods that I'm about to outline, and thank you very much for even considering it, okay? However, that being said, I'll say this up front. Please understand that even though contributions are very much what keeps stuff going around here, they are not mandatory, all right? You do not have to contribute. My streams are free. Twitch TV is a free venue by which you can watch content creators make their craft, all right? If you like the content so much that you want to go above and beyond and you want to contribute to keep it going, by all means, please do. I do need the help, absolutely, and thank you to anyone who does. But that being said, it's certainly not mandatory. I don't want anyone to feel like it is. I don't want anyone to feel like, oh, I have to contribute, or, oh, if I don't contribute, I'm the odd man out. Right? You don't have to. You don't feel that pressure. It's voluntary, and I'm insanely grateful. Insanely. I lose my mind. Yeah, right. I'm incredibly grateful for anyone who does contribute. I consider that going above and beyond being just, a standard stream viewer and liking the stuff so much that you want to make an effort to make it keep continuing. And thank you to anyone who does contribute, okay? So now let's talk. Let's talk about ways that you can contribute. First of all, I have a Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil. I would like to say at this point, thank you to anyone who pledged to my Patreon in the month of February. Your pledges are currently processing. That's the way it works, is that the pledges process on the first of the month. So within 24 hours, all the pledges should process. That means that then I should be able to message everyone on there and thank you, first of all, for pledging, and let you know what perks you qualified for the month of February, and I'll let you know how to get them here in early March, okay? So, yeah, that will be happening all within the next day or two over on Patreon. Check it out yourself, patreon.com/darksidephil. When you pledge to my Patreon, you earn personal perks based on your level of contribution. All the details are listed there, right there on the page publicly, so I'm not going to go into detail about it, but I do appreciate anyone who does check out my Patreon and contribute. So thank you very much for that. Okay, and, thanks in advance to anyone who even gives it a look and is considering contributing. Okay? Alrighty then. I have a Teespring store where I sell all kinds of fun merchandise. Typically t-shirts, but there's a bunch of other stuff like sweatshirts and hoodies and mugs and stuff. Anything you buy from there, you get a cool collectible out of it. I make a little bit of money. It helps me a little bit. So thanks to anyone who even checks it out. Okay, I appreciate that. Alrighty then. Excuse me. A big burp. Disgusting. If you're here live on the stream, then that means chances are you probably would want to contribute in a way that maybe would get you some extra recognition, maybe even some interaction with me on the stream. And there are many ways that you can do that, okay? If you either cheer with bits, or you subscribe to my channel, or you tip me, okay? If you do any of those three things, I'm going to give you a live shout out on the stream, okay? So it's a way to get recognition for your contributions. It's pretty neat. Keep in mind, what I say and do on my streams is subjective. And what I mean by that is I control what happens on my streams. If you contribute in a way that then you leave a nasty message that's insulting or something disgusting or derailing to the stream or a giant paragraph that I'm not going to sit here and read for 5 minutes, it's at my discretion whether or not I react or I say anything to a contribution. Please try to keep your messages in line with the rules of the stream. As long as you do, chances are you will get a shout out, no problem. In general, most people understand this and it's not an issue, okay? But you get every once in a while you get the odd bad apple who's trying to get attention and act like an idiot. So, all right. At the top of the screen, you guys can see the Stream Stats leaderboard. This includes things such as top cheerer and top tipper of the stream. And yes, it is an extra way for you to get recognition here on my streams, okay? So, please consider contributing in a way that maybe you could get noticed, right? At the top of the screen there on the leaderboard. There's also two other leaderboards that are integrated into Twitch. It's the top cheerers of the week and the top sub gifters of the week. Today is the final day of the streaming week for Twitch, meaning it's your last opportunity if you wanted to get up on the leaderboards for one of those things, you would be able to, okay? So, yeah, lots of ways for you to get recognized here on my streams, right? Lots of ways. Now, you may be saying, well, you just mentioned a ridiculous amount of ways to contribute. What's the best way to contribute if I really wanted to help you the most? Being honest, right now, everything helps, okay? Every contribution method helps. If you want to help out slightly more, you could tip me. The reason I say that is because tips I get right away and I can use for stuff, this coming week. I just bought this Megaman game. I have to buy Grand Blue Fantasy for Tuesday. Obviously, I need to save up money because this week coming up, I got errands and bills and things to do. So tips usually help a little bit more because that's funds I can use immediately for whatever is the immediate need coming up. But I'm not looking to give horse in the mouth, guys. If you cheer, if you sub, if you buy something for my Teespring, all those things help. They just have some processing time behind them before there's a positive impact, while the tips help immediately. So if you'd like to tip the most, if you'd like to help the most, you could tip, okay? So how do you tip? If you look below the stream, there's a tips jar button you can click on, or you can type exclamation point tip into the stream chat. Either method brings you to my PayPal tips page. There you can either use a registered PayPal account to tip me, or you can use a debit or credit card as well to make a payment just like you would do anything on the internet. All right? But you may not see the ability to do that right away. Usually that only shows up on the fully loaded desktop version of the PayPal page. So you may have to try to load that on your mobile device, which normally would not load by default if you're using, say, like a phone or whatever. Or if you're on a desktop computer, it shouldn't be an issue. Those options should probably be there right from the get-go. Okay? Now, folks, I like to say a certain PSA, public service announcement, here on my streams before I get started. Because sadly, in 2020, the state of the world is a little upsetting. And what I mean by that is, sadly, there are people on the internet that make it their business to get into your business. What they want to do is they want to mess with you. All right? They want to get your personal information, and they want to do what they can to harass you online. You might say, well, wait, what do you mean? Why would they do that? There's no reason for it. There's no logic behind it. They don't get anything, any beneficial or anything out of it. They just get away with it. And because they get away with it anonymously on the internet, it gives them some kind of sick pleasure. All right? What I mean by that is you wouldn't realize the amount of personal information that all of us have out on the internet right now. Just between social media like Twitter and Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Just think about the amount of information. Probably your friends and your family are on there. You probably got places you've been, maybe even where you work. All right? This is all information that could be utilized or mobilized against you to harass you and your family members and your friends. All right? So, please understand that. Please be wary of what you put on the internet as a public piece of information, because in the modern era, people will utilize whatever they can to, hurt you if they can, just because they can. Now, as a streamer, all right, I understand that people who contribute to my streams may or may not be putting themselves out in the public eye. All right? I don't want you to contribute to my stream and then end up getting harassed by someone online because they're messed up in the head. Okay? So that being said, what I strongly recommend to you is if you're going to contribute to myself or any other streamer today, do what you can to protect your identity. And what I mean by that is, let's say you're going to tip me today. Don't use your real name. Make up a name completely. Just fabricate a new one. Maybe something funny and pertinent to the stream or the game I'm playing. So that way people can't associate that with you and come after you. All right? Or just say anonymous. You can just say anonymous tip. And that way no one knows it's you. As long as they can't associate it with you, you're in the clear. So please, whatever you do, don't use your real name during a contribution. Don't use a name that's incredibly similar to the one you use on social media, on the internet. You might get people coming and harassing you, okay? That's the last thing I want. I want you to come here and have a good time. I don't want you to go online and be harassed, okay? So just throwing that out there, trying to look out for my viewers. Hopefully you guys take heart, and hopefully you're safe, all right? Now, let's talk about the rules of the stream, all right? Let's talk about that. First of all, I have to abide by all the rules and regulations of Twitch.tv. I'm streaming on their business. That means I have to do, I have to be in line with what they want and what they allow. So please understand, I can't just say and do whatever the heck I want on my streams. I have to abide by the rules of the business. Fair enough? But in addition to that, I have my own set of rules because I am trying to maintain a chill vibe on my streams. Let me explain what I mean by that. I want it to be that when you come by to hang out with me on a stream, guys, you feel like you can escape all of your stresses, right? I want to get away from all that nonsense, that annoying stuff from my real life. I just want to hang out with Phil for a little bit and watch him play games. I want to see his honest reactions to whatever game he's playing. I want to have some interaction maybe with him and with the stream chat live. That's what it's all about, having a good, relaxing time. You can't do that if we're constantly inundated with arguments and drama and all kinds of negative, toxic nonsense, right? I do my best to keep that crap off of my streams. There's some streamers who are the complete opposite. There's some streamers, all they want to do is like propagate drama on their streams. They feel like that's a big thing that gets people to attract to their stream. That's the opposite of me. I'm too old for that shit, too mature for that shit. I don't want it, okay? So please understand, we have two general rule sets that we follow here on my streams. First of all, we don't talk about politics and religion on my streams. The reason being, those topics seem to be some of the most argumentative, some of the most, they basically bring out the most toxic behavior in people, right? If someone doesn't agree with someone's opinion on politics or religion, it seems like that's it. It's my way or the highway. Can't see from another person's perspective, right? Can't agree to disagree. Instead, people will argue, armed to the teeth. They'll argue with each other till the cows come home. It's like, I don't want to do that. I want to have a fun gameplay stream. I don't want to be playing a game and then turn to my stream chat to see what's going on. And you got people arguing about how Joe Biden just won a primary somewhere in the Democratic, primary elections and shit. I don't care about that. I don't give a fuck about any of that. It has nothing to do with my gameplay. Is it important to life? Some people would argue yes. Some people would argue no. That's up to you to decide for yourself. Does it have anything to do with this stream? No. And that's why we don't talk about it. Okay? But that being said, if we are playing a game where that game is pertinent to those topics, like let's say if there's a game that has a religious overtones or a game that has political discussion in it, that's different. If it's in topic of what we're doing, then obviously, yes, we can discuss it intelligently. But I'm not going to just derail my streams with these topics that have nothing to do with anything going on my stream. Okay, guys? Fair enough? All right. Thank you. Now, also, ladies and gentlemen, I am well aware there are tons of people on the internet that on a daily basis make it their mission and their agenda to lie about me. Whether it's defaming and slandering myself, saying that I said and did things that I didn't do, spinning things out of context to create controversy and drama so they can get clickbait views on their content on the internet, or taking it even a step further, personal harassment of both myself and my family members, which happens on a daily basis. All this stuff, okay? I'm well aware it happens. Trust me, I'm not ignorant to all of it. That's pretty much been my life for quite a long time, all right? Now, the thing is, there's nothing we can do about it, all right? I don't have money and time to go out and sue these people for defamation to shut them down. I just don't. I'm a positive content creator. I prefer to make positive gameplay streams my outlet for anything. That's what I do. So please understand that I'm well aware these people exist, but we don't discuss them on my streams at all. Reason being, number one, it's incredibly derailing. You're basically taking something positive to talk about something negative, and it kills the vibe of the stream, and it basically derails everything. Number two, it gives these people undue attention they don't deserve. They're already getting disgusting, toxic, negative attention from immature idiots who would watch that drama crap anyway. Do we really need to have more of the same? Of course not. So let's go ahead and ignore their crap. Please understand that this is not allowed according to the rules, all right? And if you come in here and you start talking about it, you're going to be moderated appropriately. It's sad because sometimes we get innocent people coming in here thinking they're doing a good thing by bringing that stuff up. Hell no, you're not. You're actually being incredibly counterproductive, okay? Fair enough? Okay. Thank you, guys. So, that's the rules. Now we get to the third and final segment of my stream. This segment is the gratuitous plugs. This is when we take the moment to give a shout out to those who've contributed. We have a little bit of fun discussion before I start up with whatever game I'm playing for the day. And it gets, any hot topics or whatever out of the way. So that way when the game does start up, we can kind of focus a little bit more in on the gameplay. Fair enough? Okay. So let's talk. Let's get to some shout outs and get some stuff here out of the way. So first of all, our first contribution of the day, it actually came in overnight. It was from BattleDuck9000, who resubscribed for 37 months. And he said, man, there's nothing I can do. Well, thank you, BattleDuck, for the sub. I appreciate that very much. Okay? Spawn Killer. Oh, hold on. Oh! Ooh! Oh, man, I just stretched big time. My legs were like feeling stiff. Man, that was a good stretch. I feel better now. Spawn Killer tipped me $1 and said, what's up with the schedule this week? Due to appointments and scheduling conflicts, I had to change up, my normal schedule for this week. It is very different this week with not only the amount of new releases we're doing, but obviously the day that I'm taking off. And like I said, next week's schedule, things should get back to normal. But the thing is that because this week I'm off on Thursday, and then I'm going to be off again on Tuesday, that means there's only going to be 4 days of streaming. Okay? So please understand that. I understand it's a weird schedule. You guys are very, very used to Tuesdays being my day off. By the way, I should also say this. That may not always be like that. We've been very lucky to have consistency in the schedule for like months. It's been the same. But My schedule, differs greatly on many different things. Like I said, appointments and stuff, but also my wife's schedule. And my wife has had a more steady schedule for the last few months, but that may not always be the case, okay? It can always change, but that's why I tell you guys ahead of time what's going on so you know what to expect. I've been telling you for a full week that the schedule this week would be very, very different, okay? So, there you go. All right, hopefully things will get back to normal next week, but after that, I'll let you know if there's going to be any more changes to the schedule or anything like that. Fair enough? Okay. Retro Jim, subscribe to the channel for 8 months. Thank you very much, Retro Jim. I appreciate the 8 months of support. He then also cheered 100 bits. And he said, Animal Crossing hype. That's right, Animal Crossing. New Horizons. Coming out, I believe it's the 20th of March, I want to say. And it should be pretty fun. It's a game I've never played before. But from what I'm going to understand, it's one of the most relaxing and kind of, almost like cutesy franchises. You know what I mean? Like, it's meant to be family friendly. It's meant to be very chill. You're not going to get stressed out or anything when you're playing Animal Crossing. That's cool, because I would love to have something in it as a very chill kind of a game in a late night chill stream rotation. So, yeah, that's awesome, and I'm happy for that and looking forward to it. Okay. Someone named Minervius, who I believe is already banned from the stream chat, did a 50-bit cheer all in caps saying to put him up on the leaderboard even though he wasn't the top cheerer. Well, congratulations. Anyway, Retro Jim cheered again. And he says, do you have a favorite Animal Crossing villager? Well, I don't know that much about Animal Crossing. I've never played one before. But Kat, my wife, has been playing the Animal Crossing mobile game for a while. And she really likes it. And every once in a while, she'll show me stuff going on in the game. And like last night she showed me, oh look, there's a jay named Blue Jay. I guess his name is Jay and he's a blue jay. He's a bird. And she shows me all the different animals. There's rabbits, there's cats, there's an elephant, there's different kinds of birds. There's not a nautical bird that's like a pelican or something. It's pretty cool. I don't have any favorites only because I haven't played it myself. If I played it myself, I'm sure I'd be like, that character's funny or whatever. But being that I haven't played it myself, I can't really say much. I'll definitely let you know when I, start playing the game later this month, what I think about the characters and the like. Okay? All right. Thank you for the cheer again, Retro Jam. Then someone named Darkside NLS gifted a 5-sub bomb to the channel. So congratulations to the following people. Burn It Up, Irate Prostate 16, Weenie B, Nicole Eggert, and Gifted Individual 2020. Congratulations to all of you. You were just gifted a subscription to the channel for the month. Hope that you make use of it and you enjoy it. And you should all personally thank Darkside NLS for those gifted subs. Okay? So, thank you. Also, Dr. Mick Vokey subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Dr. Mick Vokey, for a sub. I appreciate that. Also, Kanye Glover in the cut just hit me $1.30 and said, hey, dude, here's a small contribution. Good luck with the stream. Okay. Thank you very much. You're actually, with that, you become the top tipper of the day. So thank you for that. For getting the tipping started today. I appreciate that. Good to see you. Okay. Very nice. All right, guys. So, since this is the final streaming day of the week, it makes sense for me to give credit to those who have been supportive all week long. All right. So, oh my God, excuse me. I felt that one coming. So, thank you very much to all of you who have contributed via cheering this week, first of all. And thank you to the top 10 cheerers of the week who we're now going to give credit to, okay? In 10th place, it is Electrovolt. In 9th place, Lawler Mittens. 8th place this week is Ripley Atomic. 7th place, Spartan King. 6th place, Crapcock. 5th place, Beast Bod. 4th place, Chunky Jack. 3rd place, Mr. Papavera. 2nd place, Akio Artorius. And 1st place, Infinite 55. Thank all of you again for your support this week. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Now, also, thank you to the following people who gifted subscriptions this week. This was actually one of the most generous subscription gifting weeks I've had here on Twitch in quite some time. I guess people were just feeling very generous in general. All right, so thank you very much to the following people. First of all, Infinite55 and Frenolith each gifted a single subscription this week. Thank you guys. We had quite a few people who gifted 2 subs each, including PW Dubs, Alfred Aponte, Internet Famous McCroy, and Guitar Player 1939. So thanks to all of you for 2 gifted subs each. Then we had Chipe and Sundance McGee, who each gifted 3 subs each this week. Darkside NLS, literally just moments ago, gifted 5 subs to become second place of the week for gifted subs. Thank you very much, Darkside. And then first place for the week with an outstanding 18 gifted subscriptions, Snoutfoot. So thank you very much to Snoutfoot for those gifted subs. I appreciate that very much. Although it's funny because when Snoutfoot did that yesterday, they were all happy and they said, "Oh, now have I unlocked the special emote where Phil looks like he's smoking weed with the ganja hat outfit or whatever?" And I was like, "No, that's not how you earn that, actually. It's by cheering. It's a special cheer emote where once you've cheered a certain amount of bits in this channel, you unlock tiered reward emotes. And that's the highest level one." And I was like, "Oh, man, I'm sorry that you did all that and you didn't realize you were contributing in the wrong way to unlock that." But it is what it is. So now he understands. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Yeah, there you go. Crazy Dream just used it, by the way. Crazy Dream just used that emote because he's unlocked it through cheering on the channel. So, all right. So, guys, that is it for the pre-stream. We've covered all the bases. I want to say thanks to everyone who's contributed so far. You know what we could do? We could check on sub count since we did just get a significant amount of subs. We were up to 625 subs. We've already made some great positive progress towards the monthly sub goal, guys. So thank you for that. Just a quick reminder, the best way to support me is by tipping me. All right, so if you are going to contribute today and you have the option of how to contribute, please tip me if you can. But I'm not looking at any gifts in the mouth. I appreciate all contributions here on the stream. So thank you, guys. All right, we're going to take a very brief break. I'm going to run and use the restroom quickly. Then we're going to come back. We're going to boot up this collection. And I'm going to need your input to determine exactly what exactly we're going to be playing today. Okay? It's your choice. We're going to see. I don't know. Should I do Mega Man 0? Should I do Mega Man 0X? I don't know. I don't even know the difference. So, all right, guys. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back, and then it's time for Mega Man. I'll be right back. See you in a sec.